Hey guys, so I just posted a blog on Love's Parody, and someone messaged me and said, hey, it might be a cool idea if I made a vlog where I'm reciting it, because they thought it seemed like the type of monologue someone would put in like a strange comedy or a play of something, so I thought, you know what, why not? I haven't done a vlog in a while, and it seems like, a funny idea. So, before I start, I'm going to repeat my editor's note that while I am, once again, stating the obvious here, please note that this post is a parody and satirical. And as the title, Love's Parody, implies, this is not meant to be taken serious, nor does it constitute as actual advice. I really shouldn't have to say this, but there are certain users, predominantly those on, dating-ish, lovely-ish, who have brought to my attention, once again, that I do have to have a disclaimer on all my posts. Stating the obvious, about me stating the obvious. It's a catch-22. It's a conundrum. Anyway, on with my actual post. I was just saying, if you really think about it, there's this common drug, a powerful drug, that you need no prescription for. It's not illegal, although sometimes it makes you do things that could be illegal. It's really very dangerous. You never know when it's going to hit you. Everyone is susceptible to it. It is built up, but also destroyed in many a life. And no, I'm not talking about caffeine, although, come to think of it. No, I'm talking about love. Yes, love. It's the #1 leading cause of insanity, not to mention temporary blindness. This is a well-known scientific statistic. Love is blind. Yeah, very dangerous stuff. Love can move mountains. Dude, if they had steroids like that in the market, we'd have beat Canada's butt in the Olympics. Just saying. Love causes severe emotion rushes. Let's see, how do I best explain this? Let's take you, a normal, rational person. You go about your daily life, an innocent individual. You never know when it's going to hit you. Sometimes love sneaks up on you. Other times it just randomly smacks you sideways in the middle of ordering a venti cinnamon dolce, easy on the cream. It's a lot like getting the flu and PMSing at the same time. In fact, love smacking you while you have the flu and are PMSing is, well, let's just say it might explain certain catastrophic events. One moment, you're a rational individual. You enjoy spending time with them, laughing with them, and the next you're freaking out over every word they say or don't say. Your heart does weird acrobatics when they say hi or when their screen name comes up. You wait for them to talk to you. When they do, you feel so special. And when they don't, you come up with like a million reasons ranging from, they hate me, to they're talking to someone more special, to they're just getting a snack, and they're probably extremely busy with work, or something like that at the moment. These reasons all flood through your brain in a time period of only 10 seconds. And when they log off without talking to you, you wonder whether they're mad or avoiding you. You second-guess everything. You become the most suspicious person on the planet. Let's just suffice it to say, you could rival Sherlock Holmes with all the logical deducements you conclude based on nothing. The real fun begins when your brain splits off into two personalities. The rational self and the emo self. The rational self is, well, rational. It thinks just like you did before love struck. The emo self is not only utterly irrational, it is incapable of positive thought. Your thoughts transfer between, they don't like me in that way, but that's okay because we're really good friends and that's good, and he hates me. I can never face him again. What have I done wrong? I'll never be normal again. And then it gets really crazy. Yeah, boy, this is just the beginning. Imagine that. Yeah, because at this point, a third personality arises. The irrational hysteric personality. This will all lead to a situation much like the following. You'll be sitting and reading Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, and suddenly, as you start dreaming of Mr. Darcy, it hits you. You know a Darcy. He's a friend of yours. You suddenly realize you love him. The fact that you've known this person for 6 years previous to this without ever thinking anything like that is utterly irrelevant. You will never look upon this person the same way again. Everything you ever ignored or just mildly appreciated in this person is suddenly the epitome of perfection. The way they play an instrument, the way they smile, the way they walk, talk, or even tie their shoes. At that point, it's too late. You suddenly get insanely giddy and hyper, and then it hits you that he is such a perfect Mr. Darcy. you are anything but his Elizabeth Bennet. That's the part where you suddenly become unbelievably depressed. You will often even start to cry, convinced that your life is over. Usually you will retreat somewhere private to be alone in your sadness, and as you retreat to your room, you pass your mirror and you observe yourself with your smeared makeup and the red puffy eyes and oversized t-shirt and sweatpants with a huge coffee stain, and the image is so unbelievably pathetic that you start laughing. You laugh and you cry, and the more you laugh and cry, the less you can stop. Eventually, you calm down and rationality returns. For now. You never know when you'll lose control once more and become another heap of a crying mess. If you're lucky, you'll get your act together for as long as you're around him, secretly melting every time you make eye contact with him and watch him stir his tea. Yeah, love makes you think that people stir their tea in some insanely special way that no other person on earth can do quite as well, and furthermore, you secretly want to steal their cup once they're done and make it your own and use it for every day for the rest of your life. My precious. See, I was saying love can make you do illegal things? Sometimes, though, in particularly bad cases, he will say something completely harmless, because I should mention at this point that although you are suffering the love smack syndrome, they usually remain blissfully unaware that anything has changed. I really, really feel bad for those poor, innocent, naive men. Someone should randomly give them chocolate and beer to compensate them. And you will look at him and start crying madly and run away, and they'll stare after you and replay the last 5 minutes of conversation several times, wondering what in the wide green earth just happened. In those cases, you usually have to confront them about it, because it's pretty obvious by now. And they will either go, oh my gosh, I've been so afraid to tell you. Rare, very rare, don't count on this one. You're better off crying in your room at night for a few months, seriously. Or they will look at you strangely, going, okay, well, okay, can you maybe just make it go away? Because this is, well, it's kind of awkward, to be honest. This happens a lot, actually. Your best bet is to scream, April Fools! And if it is an April Fool's Day, just cover and say that you purposely didn't do it on the 1st of April, so they'd be more likely to fall for it. Great cover. Or they'll go, yeah, okay, you know what, we're just gonna pretend this never happened and go on, okay? Okay. Which is awesome, because you will use this opportunity to save face and will continue to cry at night until love finally decides to move on and torture someone else. Every human knows what rationality would tell them to do, and when not under love's influence, they will follow rationality absolutely beautifully. But see, this is love's whole parody. You can think logically. Well, guys usually can, but guys don't have PMS or anything like that. They have strange immunity shot that women for some reason don't get. Maybe guys, their brains are wonderfully simple. You will make things worse than they could have been, and you will act weird and high. You will usually make a fool out of yourself, acting up, and in general acting like, well, like a baboon who's cracked one coconut too much over his head. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, yes. Keep reading your book. Enjoy it. It's okay to acknowledge you're friends with Mr. Darcy, who's incredibly sexy. It's even okay to dream about something turning out, or turning up, or coming on, you know, but don't allow it to take over. If it's meant to be, you know, it will be. If not, hey, you still have an awesome friend. Rationality must win. There's only one solution for this insane parody. You have to fight back. Love may take over after the marriage ceremony when it's too late for him to escape your insanity. That's a real parody.